Hey, listen, I'm trying. I'm very hard to figure out. Okay. So listen, by the time I go live with YouTube, I usually forgot what the hell I was trying to say. And this is not child friendly right here. If your ass is on 21, then go to bed somewhere, okay? Because you need to be listening to your parents, okay? I'm sick of people talking about Biden and his skin. The nigga done got a facelift, okay? Y'all don't know Botox when you see that shit. Look at his skin years ago and his skin now. Biden has got a facelift, okay? It's okay. He trying to fit in. Everybody want to talk about his age and all of that. And I know where I am as opposed to where I was 30 years, 40 years, 56, 50. How old am I? But listen, what I'm saying is stop talking about the man's age. You try to make people who have lived a rich life, who are good people, who are his age, seem like complete buffoons. I'm tired of y'all buffooning people because of their age now. If you want to deal with something, talk to him about his policies and not because he trip and fall. He's still trying very hard, very hard. And maybe he has a plan in place to help us get back to what nature made. But you don't want to listen. You don't talk about, is he cloned? You want to talk about him falling up the steps. The open border policy. The borders should not be closed. Just because you live out don't mean you get the chance to decide who can come here. The trail of life should be free. It should be free. That's just how I feel. That's just my opinion. Everybody should be able to travel freely. No borders, nowhere. If they ain't bothering you, then leave them the fuck alone. Now, if they done created some problems elsewhere, then the people should address the issue properly. Listen, we come to you and we would like you to know that we have reason to believe that this person doesn't so. No, you should not send in people kicking in the doors. You don't want nobody kicking in your doors in the middle of the night. Katherine Johnson, Katherine Johnson, Katherine Johnson, Katherine Johnson, Katherine Johnson. They gunned that mother down. I don't know if she had children of her own, but they said she was 92 years old and she was home alone by herself. And then they said that she opened fire first. It's my home. You invaded. I'm trying to figure out how to make the cameras look so I don't know. Am I supposed to look into the green light? I'm not for sure. All this shit is new to me. Katherine Johnson. Katherine Johnson. That just sent chills up and down me. And then the lady, I'm not even gonna say her name, but I don't even know her children's name. But they were like, you know, into the water, strapped in their car seats. That one right there shook me to my core. And I'm pro-choice. You know, I feel like it should be your choice whether you don't want to have that baby or not. But once it gets here, you're dedicated. You know, they had these places set up where you can just drop the baby off. You don't got to drop it in a garbage can. They not going to ask no questions. If that baby been born and it survived, take it. Take it somewhere where it can receive the help that it needs to survive. That baby may be the baby that's gonna make a change throughout this world. That baby deserves life, whether it ends up homeless, living in the gutter. Once it's made it through the portal, if you can make it through the portal of life, no one should deny you life. No weapons formed against us should ever prosper. Once we make it through the portal of life, we should be welcomed. But instead, babies are looked down upon and shunned. They don't belong. They shouldn't be having no babies. If they were not meant to be here, they would not be here. I've had 2 miscarriages. If they were not meant to be here, they would not survive on their own. I am also the product of stepping outside of whatever it was. I don't know. My mama said that my daddy who signed my birth certificate was not my biological father. And when people would question that, my daddy who signed my birth certificate, thank you, daddy, would always come back. My name on the birth certificate, that makes her mine. My daddy ain't never abused me. Thank you, Charlie. My daddy ain't never slapped me around, molested me, touched me inappropriately. He was not that man. You got a lot of people out there. People, when I said people, I mean man, woman, boy, girl, who have been sexually molested by the people they were supposed to be able to trust. That wasn't the case with my dad. He was not that man. Makes it hard for a woman to bring men around her children because you don't know if you can trust them with your most precious cargo. That's my most precious cargo, my children, not anything else. I don't care if it can. It's materialistic. If it don't breathe and eat, then it's not above the needs of life to me. Now, I cannot speak on others that I might not have feelings for. But speaking from a woman who carried that baby, it was a sperm first. Now, it was a sperm, mind you. It was a seed planted. And I don't care who the daddy was and how they came. I don't care if he was married to someone else. I don't care if he hated me. I don't care if it was a one night stand. I've never had a baby from rape. I've never had a baby forced upon me like that. I cannot speak from where that person stands. That's her decision. That's her decision. If she do not want to bring that baby into this world, that's her decision. What's the difference between a spontaneous abortion and me? I don't want it. No. What's the difference? But I think that there should be better methods. I think there should be better methods than a man ripping open her uterus and snatching out the fetus. I don't know if I would have had one if I had been raped and got one. I cannot speak on that. But what about if I got pregnant and I don't care who the dad is? I got it. It's mine. My, It's really mine, but it's really not mine. But here I'm gonna have a baby, and I get to hold. I love babies. I do. I'm a huge sucker, but I don't want them no more. Not mine. I don't want that in the middle of the night. I don't. It's just that those were the best moments in my life. Those were the best moments in my life. Being a mother, holding my babies close to me, feeling them inside of my body. It's like when you got just like a living something inside of you. It's so special to me. But that's just me, because what's special to me means nothing to others. And you can have people that'll walk up into places, businesses, buildings, schools, places that are occupied by others. And you can set off bombs in Oklahoma. And you can blow people up. And it's not like it's something that we've not seen before. These are patterns that we've seen before. How can we break that pattern? And then we see what people are brainwashed and trained to think that killing is okay. Just the fact that killing is okay. I'm not saying what I won't do if the situation were to arise. I might be like Miss Katherine Johnson and defending my home where I live. You know, I think about that woman a lot, and I don't even know her. And she's up there with my grandmama. She's up there with my mama, and I don't even know her. And I can't begin to name the names of those that I feel like, hey, that could have been me. Breonna, Breonna Taylor. I'm in my home. I'm minding my own business. There should be warrants. There should be phone calls made. Nobody should be able to just break into your house and kill you where you lay down and sleep. Even if you've committed a heinous crime, there should be more steps taken to take you in. There should be no street justice. No, I just don't believe it. I don't. And I'm quite sure it shook more than me. It's a lot of people who live inward because they are afraid of what's out there. Out there is horrible. Out there brings a lot of grief, a lot of pain and suffering out there. But then when you bring it to my home, that makes it even worse. I'm in here because I'm afraid of what's out there. And then you come here with it. And people have no feelings. And I ask myself, was the man who kneeled down on the back of George Floyd's neck even human? What if he was one of these artificial intelligence? What if he was a robot? What if he was programmed? What if he had been denied sleep? I mean, I don't know. I heard that Mr. George Floyd had a past. He had a record. But did he take someone's life? And you might say, okay, well, he did things that were so horrible that his life should be taken. But did he take someone else's life? Did he hold them and choke them for minutes? I don't know. And I'm not justifying what he did. I'm just saying that whatever his past was, and some might agree, oh yeah, they should have did him worse than that. That's just not me. Did the crime deserve the punishment? And what about the person that can carry out the punishment? What about the crime that deserves the punishment? What about the punishment for the crime by the person that put his knee there for that long? What about him? What do you think of that person? Do you feel safe around him? What if you piss him off the wrong way? And that's just how I live. And I feel unsafe. Like I said, my station ain't for your children. If your children ain't in bed by now, then you is fucking slacking, okay? But what I want to say to all the parents out there, listen, okay, I maximize the screen. That do, I feel like something better now. I don't know what the hell it is. Listen, it ain't my job to raise your children. I did a I had a stressful, emotional, hard time trying to raise my own. You the one gave birth to that child. Try harder to raise it. But today's society makes it hard for mothers to be a mother because she got to go to work. We punish for being a mother. I don't know what it is. What is it that makes people so horrible? You shouldn't be having them. You don't need them. The world over. No, the world is not overpopulated. The world is not overcrowded. Certain areas are overcrowded and others are being deprived. But why? Right now is a pivotal point in the survival of this earth. We have got to do more to make sure this earth survives. You can call me crazy. I don't care. That's where I am today. I am deep in crazy. The world is not thriving. It's like she's a newborn, a new birth. She's trying to survive. She's trying to grow and thrive. But death is everywhere. But we have got to overcome that. We, as a being that recognizes one another, you know a human when you see one. How you treat me is left up to you. How you receive me is left up to you. If I don't give you no reason to be offended, then listen, I don't know you. Long as you know, I don't know you. From Tom, Dick, Hank, Mary, Sue, Jane, Karen, Keisha, Carol, none of those names. I know you by the needs that we meet to one another. It's how we treat each other that builds strong building blocks into a firm relationship. If don't nobody give you reason to believe that they hate you and despise you and wish evil upon you, then don't listen to what someone else had to say. You got moles everywhere. Moles are everywhere. It is not easy for me. That's just me. And that's just how I feel. I'm not responsible for how you feel. I'm not responsible for your actions. And neither is Joe Biden. Why you keep on trying to blame that man for the things that other people do? You know, he ain't in your home raising you. He ain't raising your children. He ain't even sitting there having those strong, long conversations. You get 10 minutes a day with a man that you don't even know. And you want to blame him for your life circumstances and your situations? No. We allow the people who are over us to dictate our lives. He just give them their way. That's what he do through federal means. Joe Biden said he's a devout Catholic. Read your Bible. Look at what the Bible did to people. Do you know Noah and his population and why they flooded it? Do you know Solomon and Gomorrah for real? I mean, hey, why? What do you know about it? Where are those that can verify? Where are those that can truly testify as to the love of God? Where was his love and his mercy shown? Just to those that followed after him in his ways. Those are the ones that he showed love and mercy to. But it ain't even working that way for you. You said that shit. Oh no, Dad, I ain't getting my way no more. I ain't even having my way no more. The love of God has won. I ain't shown no mercy. What? What? Not exactly. God woke me up this morning. I like to know how many hands that God has that shake people and wake them up every day. Do he like got a gazillion fingertips? And how many arms and things like that that extend from up in here? And how many fingers on each arm that just waking and shaking? But that's like nerve endings. That ain't got nothing to do with God, but it got a lot to do with the earth, okay? The earth provides me with everything that I need. And we want to build her up so she can continue to grow, to bring us prosperity. Perhaps things that we truly look for. Well, we got to look towards her, the hills, the earth, the hills, the growing the grass, the growing the food. Basic survival skills have been taken away from us. We have nowhere else to live. All people were all purged to the city. If you wanted to find food, you were gonna go to wherever God has set it up. Read your Bible wherever they set it up. These were the things, these were the techniques that God used to get his way, to get more and more and more followers into things that were not good for humanity. Look at the technique. Read the Bible. What were the techniques that were used? What were the people doing? You preaching a good story, but you still following the wrong ways. Judge not, and you won't be judged. And I try so hard not to judge others. I'm like that motherfucker over there. The fuck wrong with you? And then I'm like, okay, I don't put it out there. Because I'm stupid like that. This is how I have been raised. We have been living in these ways for so many years. We were born into chaos. A lot of us didn't bring chaos. We were born into it. And then you have those that suffer because of their ancestors. But we didn't do it. We had nothing at all to do with that chaos. We're just born into it. And then trauma, the trauma associated with chaos continues to live. wars, famine, sickness, death, hell, and destruction. Read the Bible. Biden said he's a devout Catholic. Read your Bible, and it will tell you why we got so much sickness, famine trying to come upon us. It's to help us humble ourselves so that we can always be big and massive. The sweet massive. Masses worried that we won't worship him no more. The masses. You gotta let masses go. And you gotta worry about where your food gonna come from. Now, if your church is not providing food for the community, not trying to make sure you have the things that you basically need just to live, leave God outside. I just want to make sure you have the things that you need. God should be found individually by someone, not by you telling me who he is. A relationship with God should be personal and not thrust upon me by others and what they believe or what they've read in a book. I think that my relationship with God would be more personal than that. And it would be what I know of him. Don't tell me what your book says. If I don't meet him, then I don't know him. Okay? So then we move forward and we use the church as building blocks for the community. How can I start a community center? I don't have the money. Shit me. I'm worried about how I'm going to pay all of my bills next month. I'm worried about how I'm going to maintain. How can I make that shit happen for other people? It ain't happening for me. How can I make it happen for someone else? I can't. I can't. I got to be to work early and tomorrow. I'm about to be working 4, because I'm trying to get my little cleaning gig going on, but it's not. It ain't going nowhere. And the jobs that I'm working on don't pay a lot of money. And I don't got no degrees. And I don't want to be nobody's manager of they shit. I want to manage my own shit. My dream is to, right now, because my dream for a long time was to get my children grown. Nothing else mattered. Just to see them make it to adulthood was so highly important to me. That's all I wanted to see. And I think that's a great achievement. That's a great achievement. I have grandchildren. That's a great achievement to me. I don't really care how you feel about it. How you feel about it is it's not a reflection of me. It's just how I feel. It's a great achievement that don't need no awards, no trophies, no nothing. It's a great achievement. We trying to wipe grandmas out. A great grandma, oh my, a great great grandma. Why? Why are we trying to wipe things that are so important? The building blocks of this world, the building block to build this earth up. I'm thinking into my spirit and my soul that we are the beginning of the worlds and the planets that have been uncharted and the building blocks to a great universe. It's just where I live in my spirit. That this is not the only planet left that has vegetation, that has life, that's not living inside of a rock. Are we going to all fit inside the core of the planet? We can. I think we can, and it still wouldn't be full. But how will we get along once we get inside of them? You want them gone. You want those gone. And then we'll take something that the core of the planet has not seen before. Because we just want to kill those that are, I hate them because of the color of their skin. I did wrong by them. It's time to start doing right. It's time to change our perspective on life. We see so many horrible things every day. Is that the pattern we want to continue to plant or to sow? Is that the pattern that we want to continue? That pattern has to go. We gotta be like this thing that gonna just right here. We're gonna wrap something real, real, real hard around that pattern and we're gonna cut it off. And from now on out, we're gonna make sure that this planet grow and flourishes and that people have the basic necessities of life, and that survival, that we can teach survival skills, that people can live a long and prosperous life, and that we can be great, 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 great grandmothers. Once again, I believe that it happened, but something set in that shut it off. Something shut it off. And it ain't been that long. No, we can't let death survive that long. No, we gotta get rid of death. We gotta kill death off and bring life into this planet that it, she, we, us, they, us, all of us may live. I gotta go to work. I gotta be in work. I gotta be in there early in the morning. Have a wonderful Sunday. What's left of it? Have a wonderful day. Blessings. See you. Kudos.